Eek. What's up? New location. I have been wanting to get back out here. I have not been out here since April, interestingly enough. I haven't been out here since April. Hi. Since the day before I took my mushroom journey. I came out here with a friend and we walked the whole Noland Trail, and I just kept saying, we're in the car, we're moving forward, because I kept having dreams that her and I were in a car. I kept having dreams of us riding together, and so I kept feeling like, all right, I'm in the car, I'm moving forward, Aries season, ruled by Mars, go, it's go time. Like, I'm ready for a new beginning. You know, Aries season is the beginning of spring. And we decided to come out here. Did not know that we were going to end up taking a shroom trip the next day. And behind me, not directly behind me, but a little further back, I can't zoom in, there is a tree stump that kind of changed everything, and I'll probably plug that in, you know, or something, learn how to edit. But I kept on feeling like I needed to come back out here, and I've been wanting to come, and it's been a busy week, and I've been outdoors a lot this week, and it's felt really good. Like, it's been really good for my mental health. I lost my health insurance, and so I have not seen my therapist in quite a while. But I think it was time for that to end. I've been with my therapist for 7 years, and I'm sitting on bench number 7 at 2:15 on the timer. And so I said I was gonna come out here. I packed my book bag, as you see, brought some cards. I brought some inner child healing cards. And so I said, I'm gonna walk until I find that tree stump again. That kind of changed everything. It's making me emotional. And so I approached the tree stump, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is it. I made it. And a woman stopped and started talking to me because I pulled out my stand for my phone to try to get a picture of me in front of this tree stump. And so we ended up talking for probably 20-30 minutes just now. And she was basically asking me what I was doing and, you know, whatever. And so I'm telling her this whole story and how I'm a spiritualist and I do like spiritual work. And so part of my content creation is to show people the process of, like, this healing journey is ongoing. There's always room for improvement, Virgo, you know? And so I ended up asking her what her sign was, because she used certain words that made me feel like Pisces energy. And I'm retaking my Astrology 101 course that I started last year. I'm retaking it. I've gotten so much deeper information through it. And so hopefully I'll be starting my 201 course in the next day or two. But I was like stuck in it yesterday. Like, that's all I did was study. But come to find out, she was an Aries. And so I did the mushroom trip for the solar eclipse. So we came out here walking, and I wore a red sweatsuit when we were out here walking. It was Aries season. You know, I'm always very intentional about what I wear, the colors that I wear and things like that. So I wore this red sweatsuit during Aries season. We're on this trail, and then I get the call that, like, hey, I got mushrooms. And so I'm like, all right, I guess it's time, you know, we're gonna do this. So did the mushroom trip for the solar eclipse, which was Monday. we did the shroom trip on Sunday. So it was already in the energy, and crazy enough, the moon right now is in Aries. She's an Aries because she used the word isolation, so I thought she was Pisces, and so I was like, oh, are you on the cusp or whatever? But being that she's an Aries, I'm sure she has plenty of Pisces. She's probably got some Pisces energy too. So anyway, and her name at the end of all this, she ended up taking a picture of me. So I didn't have to use my stand, which it was wobbling anyway, and the weight of the phone, you know, it needs to be on a flat surface. And she's like, I said, well, hey, you know, we've just had this whole exchange about God, and she was saying, you know, about how intelligent my conversation was and how she really enjoyed it. And then I said, well, can you go ahead and take a picture? I feel like it's very fitting for her to take this picture of me in front of this tree that I came out here for. And so she takes the picture, and then she said, you know, it was really nice to meet you, Fatima. And I said, nice to meet you too. And then she said, oh, I'm sorry, my name is April. I took the mushroom trip April 7th. She's in Aries during Aries season. Like, I cannot make this up. The moon is in Aries right now. And not too long ago when I looked at the moon, it was at 18 degrees, which is a Virgo degree, your daily routine, how you take care of yourself, health. And Aries is the athlete. It's the energy, the drive, the motivation to get shit done. And so here I am out here in nature, Virgo, you know, really trying to get more in a routine of getting out in nature, because it does do wonders. These mosquitoes have been eating me up. I finally got some sunscreen because I got burnt the hell up at the beach, and my back has been peeling, my forehead already peeled. So you can kind of see how it's kind of discolored right there, but whatever. So yeah, like, it was just a great experience. I just have great moments, you know. I'm trying not to scratch. So yeah. So I wanted to come out here, find a spot. I'm glad there was a bench close to this stump that I wanted to come across. And I wanted to pull some cards. So today I brought my inner child tarot cards. I always say inner child healing, but I've realized the word healing is not even on it. I think these cards are so cute. So let's see. It's been a while since I pulled these. I know the inner child is so important. Like, we don't give ourselves permission to laugh and be silly and just lighten up. Like, right now, right here in this moment, you're watching me. Whatever you're doing, you're watching me. So I'm here right now. Everything is fine. All is well. I have fluids to drink. I am engaging right now. Like, there's nothing to worry about in this moment. There's nothing to worry about. All is well. So the last time I got Alice in Wonderland, which is funny because follow the rabbit down the rabbit hole. Alice in Wonderland is like a mushroom trip. That's basically what it is. So this is the Wheel of Fortune in this deck, Alice in Wonderland. And then, which is the number 10, as you see on the top, the number 10. And then I had the 10 of Wands, which is normally carrying a lot of weight, doing the work, persevering, but also making sure that you don't exhaust yourself. So I had 10 and 10, making sure that you don't overwhelm yourself. And then I had the 2 of Hearts, which is the 2 of Cups, and that's usually two people that are different coming together in balance and in harmony. Could be a love situation, or it could just be two people from diverse backgrounds. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I get synchronicities all the time. So I had the 10 major arcana, which was the Wheel of Fortune, and then I had the 10 of Wands, so 10 and 10, and then I had the 2 of Cups, and then on the bottom I had the 2 of Crystals. They're on a seesaw, which is usually depicted as going back and forth, balancing. It's someone with the infinity and 2 coins and them kind of juggling both. So let's see what my inner child has for me today.
But, yeah. So that roadster I was looking at, I know you were like, I don't know, it's only a 2-seater, but it was only $5,000.
So after I filmed this, I brought all the things just in case I wanted to stay a while, but I think I'm gonna pull this deck and keep it moving. I said I was gonna come to my tree stump and then turn around and head back. So I think I was close to like 7,000 steps. So let's see. What messages does my inner child have for me today? You know, sometimes with this spiritual work, it's so heavy, you know, especially when you're studying, you know, things like alchemy and dealing with shadows and trying to heal. And so sometimes it's good to just find you a lighter deck. It's not gonna feel so heavy. I love having like bigger cards. I hope y'all can hear I guess they're cicadas. I hear a bird. What message does my inner child have for me today? My hands are a little sticky from being sweaty. I almost didn't even start recording because I was like, you know, I've been sweating. I feel sticky and, you know, there are bugs and whatnot. But I be trying to switch up the scenery, you know what I mean? I get tired of seeing myself in the same places, you know? Even the beach. Y'all know I love the beach. I'm gonna be out there. But sometimes you do gotta switch it up. I tried this new, what is this, tea from 7-Eleven. It says USDA organic lemon elderberry tea. It's good. It's in a glass bottle. I've been out here for a while, so it's not really cold. But I want to finish it. Waste not, want not is what my granny used to say. Can I get a card, please? I only need one. I literally just heard a child laughing. It's almost like a game. Every time I pull these cards, it's like I can, it doesn't always feel like my inner child, it just feels like child energy. It doesn't feel personal though. It's like, as adults, we want things to happen quickly. You know, we're so impatient. Kind of like a child. Children are very impatient too. But when it's like on their terms, it's like they'll make you hold out because it's a game to them. It's testing the boundaries. Testing the boundaries. How far can they go before you lose it, before they can make you lose your temper? That was two cards. I don't want two cards. I want one card. I want one card. I want one card. That one acted like it wanted to come out, but this deck is being quite stubborn. Testing my boundaries, testing my limits. We are 16 minutes in. And although I'm not rushing, I'm not going to do this forever, because just like children, we have to also set firm boundaries. Can't let them play too much. So let's see. Are you going to give me anything? No? All right, I'm gonna count it down. I'm gonna close it out. "17 minutes. All right. Cinderella. This is card number 18. I'm not great at remembering what the numbers are. Is it the star card? No. This is probably the moon card. I'm thinking this is the moon card. Yeah, pretty sure that's the moon card. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Fatima Faith thread. Last night, all I could remember in the beginning when I documented my dream was Sleeping Beauty. And here on the bottom of the deck, we have Sleeping Beauty. And I felt like somebody was watching me sleep. It wasn't scary. It didn't bother me. I felt like it was someone loving, watching me sleep. And there's a theme here about nighttime. Hi, there's a theme here about nighttime. The moon comes out at night. We sleep at night. Sleeping Beauty, number 13. Is that the Hanged Man? All right, let's see what my bonus card is. The 10 of Hearts, which is the 10 of Cups. Wishes fulfilled. All is well. All is well. All is well. Wow. Bless me. I don't know if y'all can see the spread, but I'll just bend it down for a second. All right, let's see what it do. A mosquito bit me on the back of my head, on my hairline. Okay, we got Cinderella. Number 18. Cinderella. And this is what the book looks like. And it has the picture on the other side, not in color. The human soul that has liberated itself from the past and freed itself from earthly attachments must continue on its stellar odyssey. The final 4 cards of the major arcana weave a story concerning the great dreams of humanity. In the traditional tarot, the moon, the alignment with the divine source, the sun, the call to rebirth in human form, judgment, and the gestation into a new cycle of earthly evolution, the world. The 18th card of the major trumps has always been associated with the sign of Pisces. And that's interesting because when I met the lady on the trail, she said the word isolation, and I thought that she was a Pisces, but she turned out to be an Aries, which is right after Pisces. So that's why I can assume that she does have some Pisces in her chart, just understanding the way the cycle of the planets work. Cinderella is given by turns wooden shoes and glass slippers to wear, and Pisces rules the feet. Man, if this is not on point to what's been going on in my life as far as like feet. When I was at the beach the other day and I pulled cards and there ended up being no sound, I got the siren, which is the tail fin, Pisces energy. The Pisces, the moon just left Pisces. I was at the beach during Pisces, during the Pisces moon. The tail fin, the feet, is the feet of the mermaid. And then right after that, I got threshold, and it was a picture of feet on the threshold of the shadow coming into the light. So Pisces energy has been very strong around me lately. Pisces rules the feet, or the understanding part of the body. She is also continually cleaning up the home and being a slave to her stepmother and stepsisters, displaying the Piscean themes of self-sacrifice and martyrdom. On a higher level, Cinderella also attends the magic ball, which symbolizes a child's wonder of growing up and becoming part of the large society, and meets her dream prince. Pisces rules dreams. The moon card suggests the vivid power of imagination, fantasy, and deep-seated feelings. It also signifies the astral realm surrounding the earth, the dimension of the consciousness containing all of humanity's longings and desires. That's page 115. In the original fairy tale, Cinderella is the daughter of a rich man. Her beloved mother dies, and her father remarries a woman with 2 jealous and petty petty daughters. Since the father is often away and the stepmother takes charge of the home, Cinderella is removed from her high standing. And in my dream, I was redesigning someone's space. This is wild, and I documented that too. You can go to fatimafaith.cx on Threads right now and see my documentation. I didn't write what time. I usually try to timestamp what time it was when I posted that. But I'll go back and like just do back the hours. It'll just give me the hours, so it'll give me an estimate. Whew. Since the father is often away and the stepmother takes charge of the home, Cinderella is removed from her high standing and becomes a maid. She sleeps in the kitchen and is given, the way this is coming across right now is crazy. And I was just telling April, the person I met on the trail, about how ever since I was a kid, I always dreamed, and how I had dreams of this time period where technology was like a big thing, and here we are, and how it used to terrify me as a child. One day, Cinderella's father is about to go on a journey, and he asks his daughters what they would like. The stepdaughters ask for jewels and valuable gifts, while Cinderella requests only the first branch that touches her father's head on his return trip back by horseback. Upon his return, her father brings Cinderella a hazelnut branch, which the young girl plants on the mother's grave. The hazelnut symbolically refers to protection. It represents the spiritual thread that cannot be destroyed by the powers of ignorance and darkness. As the years pass, the hazelnut branch grows into a beautiful tree that is filled with birds from all over the world. The branch symbolizes the life force that links Cinderella to her origins, her mother, the Kabbalah, the tree of life, and her spirit, the birds. And I've always, the first thing I wanted to be when I was a kid was a bird, and I have like such a connection with birds now. They bring me messages all the time. A finch came to me yesterday to my window, and a crow came about a week ago when I was recording. Like, it came and just perched itself right there, and it flapped its wings against my window to like get my attention. I know this shit sounds unbelievable, that this is why I have to document things, because I'm like, nobody would believe that the metaphysical, the fantasy world, it's not as fantasy as you think. The branch symbolizes the life force that links Cinderella to her origins, her mother, the Kabbalah tree of life, and her spirit, the birds. As she cries at her mother's grave every day, Cinderella waters the tree, and in doing so, she shares her deepest sorrow and feelings with her mother. Astrologically, feelings, origins, and the mother are connected to the moon. The prince of the land announces that there will be 3 balls to attend. To keep Cinderella from going, the wicked stepmother gives her difficult tasks that require hours of hard work. Also, she is given no dress to wear to the balls. Cinderella, overwhelmed and exhausted, runs to the grave and cries. Suddenly, the birds, who are her angelic helpers, bring her a magnificent dress and glass slippers to wear. In essence, these are a treasury of gifts offered to Cinderella by her mother and the tree of life. Cinderella is thus able to attend the balls, where she dances with the prince. At midnight, during one of those balls, Cinderella dashes away from her prince, but leaves behind one of her glass slippers. The prince searches his entire kingdom for the one girl whose foot will fit into the slipper. When it's Cinderella's turn to try on the slipper, it fits perfectly, and the beautiful girl and the prince get married and live happily ever after. The wonderful ending of the story reminds us that the soul, Cinderella, and the spirit, the prince, are always a pair whose reunion is a cosmic truth when earthly living has run its course. When this card appears in your reading, explore your deep feelings about the past, home, the mother, life's mysteries, and the wisdom of Hecate. Hecate keeps following me too. And I want to figure out if there's an asteroid. There's not one called Hecate, but something similar. I need to find an asteroid that's similar. The moon goddess, Hecate, the ancient moon goddess, recognized the importance of mourning and humility, and they are often stepping stones into a profound joy and radiance of heart. I was just talking on this trail on the phone to somebody, and I was telling them about ending a certain connection. I had one more connection that I needed to end, and they asked me why I had to end it. Why did I feel so strongly about it? I said, because in the mourning process, when you are dying, when you're going through the rebirth process like I'm going through right now, you kind of have to let everything go. You have to give space to mourn what the connection was so that it can be rebirthed. Now, whether it gets rebirthed into something better or we just move on beyond it, that's not the point. That's not what matters. We have to let things die. If we don't create that space between you and another person, how can you rebirth a new situation for the two of you, a new connection? Because I'm constantly reminded, if I don't give myself that space every time I talk to you, I slip back into old ways of thinking, old ways of behaving, old ways of being, and I don't want to do that anymore. So if you love me, you'll give me the space to die and start over. whatever that may look like, because I have to give, it's like a baby learning to walk. When you die, and then you get rebirth into a baby. You have to give me that space to learn how to walk on my own, to gather the information I need to gather about my new world, my new experience, before I can get into relationship, partnership with someone else. Seventh house. If this is Cancer season right now, I'm a Cancer rising. The sun is in my first house. I'm literally going through a rebirth process. The sun has entered the beginning of my chart. So I need that space in order to progress into seventh house Libra energy. For me, my seventh house is Capricorn, in order to rebirth new relationships, new partnerships with all the information that I know now. I'm not the same person I was before. You know, I definitely am still a very sexual, sensual person, but if that's all you see from me, it's not meant to be. Like, I need to make sure that people that I partner with and come around can see me beyond one thing. They get to want to see all the moon phases of me, all the phases, not just the phases that you like, you know. I love the part where it talks about the wonderful ending of the story reminds us that the soul, Cinderella, and the spirit, the prince, are always a pair whose reunion is a cosmic truth when earthly living has run its course. So it doesn't matter if you're him. I could end it today and it'll come back up because it's meant to be. It's in the stars. Explore your deep feelings about the past, home, the mother, life's mysteries, and the wisdom of Hecate, the ancient moon goddess. Recognize the importance of mourning and humility, for they are often stepping stones into a profound joy of the radiance of the heart. Ultimately, the most difficult tasks in a lifetime are a result of the spirit at work, strengthening our souls for future service on a broader scale. I know that I'm stepping into something completely new, more elevated. That's why I'm back in my astrology class, to learn, you know, to deepen the wisdom that I know, to be able to share with others, to be of better service. Reflect, let the tears flow if they must, for they are waters of life. It is not only the outer physical mother who is the invincible protector of a child, but also the matrix of the universal mother archetype, which is forever our true mother goddess of the soul. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. The 10 of Hearts. Actually, I want to do this one last because I feel like that card was saying about, you know, how the story of Cinderella ends is a beautiful thing. So, and to keep on the theme of nighttime, we'll do the bottom of the deck first, which is Sleeping Beauty number 13. I believe that is the Hanged Man. 13. Where's number 13? That is 16. Sleeping Beauty. Here we go. Let me see. Oh no, it's the Death card. Like I said, I'm dying. Like, it's dead. I'm not her anymore. Sleeping Beauty. Wow. In the tale, Sleeping Beauty, a daughter is born to a king and queen, and invitations to a celebration are sent to the lords and ladies and all of the fairies. At the celebration, 12 fairies arrive and begin offering a variety of wishes, but one fairy, the 13th, called the Black Fairy, has been accidentally forgotten, her invitation lost. This fairy bursts upon the scene and curses the child, saying she will die when she pricks her finger on a spindle. This horrifies the king, queen, and the attendees. However, one last good fairy has not made her wish. She cannot remove the Black Fairy's curse completely, but she is able to alter it so the child will only sleep for 100 years upon pricking her finger. To prevent the curse from harming his daughter, the king orders all the spindles to be destroyed. But one day, when the young girl is in her teens, she enters an old attic in a room in a high tower where she finds the black fairy weaving on her loom. It doesn't take long for the curse to take hold. When the young girl pricks herself on the golden spindle, instantly she and everyone in the kingdom fall into a deep sleep lasting 100 years. At the end of that time, a young knight brandishing a sword cuts through the thicket of the trees that had grown up around the castle. He enters the bundling and finds everyone asleep. He comes upon the young sleeping beauty and with one kiss on her forehead breaks the evil spell, awakening her and the dormant kingdom. At long last, the family is reunited. That's the second time they said about reunion, reunite, coming together, and there is much rejoicing in the land. The story of Sleeping Beauty suggests the long process of maturation, particularly that point in the cycle when an innocent girl enters the strange world of adolescence, begins to menstruate, represented by Beauty pricking her finger on a spindle, and then awaits the relationship that will carry her into new life of marriage. Wow, this is really about a lot of love, like, right? I'm sure every card is not, focused on kind of like a love and two people coming back together. And then awaits the relationship that will carry her into a new life of marriage, family, and worldly responsibilities. In the sleeping part of the tale, there is an emphasis on receptivity, the quiet interlude of several years when nothing momentous seems to occur externally for the young person, but deep changes happen internally to the child in forms of sexual and emotional transformation. This is wild because I was just saying about, I'm still like, there's things about me that are still the same, but there's a lot that's changed. Like, it's like a different package. It's like the butterfly in the cocoon. Like, we can't stay in the cocoon. The butterfly is not going to stay in the cocoon. The butterfly has to break free of the cocoon. So sometimes you have to break free of the relationships that are binding you because it's time for you to spread your wings and see more of what's out there. Receptivity, the quiet interlude of several years when nothing momentous seems to occur externally for the young person, but deep changes happen internally to the child in forms of sexual and emotional transformation. While the adolescent period for girls is symbolized by the monthly blood flow of menstruation and their growth into young women, for boys it is symbolized by the deepening of their voices, signifying a greater strength and ability to express themselves in the world. This change of life and transfiguration for a child is the process of death and rebirth. In the story, the 13th fairy curses the daughter with death. This card, the death card, also number 13. However, this death curse is quickly altered into a deep sleep of 100 years. Death and sleep are immediately intertwined within the plot. We learn that death never kills the soul or divine spark of life within the human being. Death is a long sleep from which we will awaken eventually to be reunited with loved ones. The 100-year period is an evolutionary cycle roughly equivalent to a time period during which a human soul might be disincarnate, a time period of learning on inner levels before returning to the earthly world. Even in Greek mythology, sleep and death, Hypnos and Thanatos were considered brothers. Thanatos were considered brothers. We know that every evening of sleep is like a miniature death, a chance to die to yesterday's triumphs and failures and to rest up before tomorrow's opportunities and challenges. The knight on horseback. The knight on horseback in this card offers the kiss of consciousness to Sleeping Beauty in the form of stardust. He represents the active aspect of Sleeping Beauty to higher existence, the force in touch with her celestial nature. Ultimately, the soul can be seen as the true Sleeping Beauty. It sleeps until the balance of the feminine and the masculine creates a divine marriage of heaven and earth, spirit and matter, when reincarnation and cosmic evolution are accepted by humanity. Death will cease to hold its terror for us and will instead be seen as a long sleep, an interval of time when we can't steep ourselves in the wisdom gleaned from the grand adventures on this planet. When this card appears in your reading, a long period of contemplation may be needed. Do not be afraid of the quiet occurring within. Enter the world of dreams, archetypes, and symbols with courage and emotional calm. Learn while you are in a receptive state. Doing something externally is not always the answer. And that's what I've been kind of going through lately. It's like I ended a connection that I had with someone in order to kind of go through this process, and I've been kind of quiet on social media, just allowing things to take its course. And I had been saying to a friend of mine, like, I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something, but at the same time I know I'm not supposed to be doing anything. Sometimes we just need to pause and let the death process happen. Allow the funeral to take place, allow the mourning to take place. When this card appears in your reading, a long period of contemplation may be needed. Do not be afraid of the quiet growth occurring within. Enter the world of dreams, archetypes, and symbols with courage and emotional calm. Learn while you are in a receptive state. Doing something externally is not always the answer. Let go of the past. Like the caterpillar changing into the butterfly, a magical process is underway in the depths of your being. Eventually, you will sprout wings and soar like an eagle over formerly uncharted realms of knowledge. The process of metamorphosis is dangerous, but every child must go through this incubation period before becoming an adult. The young person must leave the safety net of childhood, but the joys and sorrows of that time span will live on in the imagination. This card also suggests the healing power of sleep. Without enough rest, the cells of the body cannot function properly, and the immune system is stretched to its limits. See the peace and quiet of sleep as an interlude of tranquility and recuperation. During sleep, the soul loosens its grip on the physical body and roams the spiritual universe, while still maintaining its tie to the body through the silver cord or thread of consciousness. Enjoy this nightly excursion into another realm of existence and bring back the fruits of those experiences in the form of amazing dreams, visions, and plans for the future. Traditional tarot archetype is Death card. Zodiacal ruler is Scorpio. So we've stayed in this water element of Pisces with the moon card. There's a black butterfly right here in front of me. But it almost has like a blue shimmer to it. We went from Pisces to Scorpio, and we're going to end with the 10 of Cups. So even through the darkness of the moon card, even through the darkness of the death card, we end with the 10 of Cups. We're staying in the water element. Water is healing, it's transformative. Look at that. Didn't even realize I had a card stuck in the book. The Seeker of Hearts. The Seeker of Hearts. We're gonna put that in this deck. Put it back in the deck. All right. The 10 of Hearts. Child of Hearts, 9 of Hearts, there we go, 10 of Hearts. Now the minor arcanas are a little bit shorter. So the 10 of Hearts. There is a time when you reach a symbolic pot of gold, or you feel the multicolored rainbow of hope in your heart. This is a moment of transition when a heartfelt thank you can be offered to the overlighting angels who guide and protect you through the years. In this card, 9 winged hearts illuminate the aura of a jubilant mermaid as the 10th heart appears upon her forehead, signifying the open of the third eye, or the Anja center. She is awakened to feelings of love and devotion for humanity. The number 10 in the suit represents the powerful transformation, death, the powerful transformation that inevitably leads to emotional rebirth. I cannot make this up. I love my life. I love my life. Thank you. The number 10 in this suit represents the powerful transformation that inevitably leads to emotional rebirth. Your wishes and dreams may have come true, or you may be striving to reach an important goal at this time. A special responsibility must be accepted as you seek to fill your cup, for it is at this point that personal fulfillment can be poured back into the greater whole of humanity. This is why, this is the purpose. This is the purpose. It's to be able to give back. I just want to help. I just want to help in the best way possible, but keeping my heart full. That way, keeping my cup full so that I can fill back into others. A special responsibility must be accepted as you seek to fill your cup, for it is at this point that personal fulfillment can be poured back into the greater whole of humanity. This will allow you to be open to the spiritual waters of universal love and divine healing. You may then offer these beautiful gifts to your family, the greater community, and the planet. Hold your arms up to the sky and let the waves of exalted joy fill your heart. All right. Thank you. 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 That was not supposed to be a song, but I guess I was hearing hello, hello. I don't even know the song. I don't know. But that is the read for today. And now I'm gonna head back on this journey. So instead of keep moving forward, we're gonna turn it around and head back the way we came, because all is well. All is well. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you are well. I love you. I love you. And until the next time, peace.